Wisakichak lived in a teepee by the lake with his wife. One day he got himself a moose. He was making dry meat, hanging them outside on a rack. When the dogs came, licking their lips. Back then, all animals could talk. So they sat watching, hoping Wisakichak would throw them a bone. Wisakichak, brother, please spare us some meat. Wisakichak turned around and glared at them. No, I will not give you anything. You are always bumming for scraps. You can hunt for yourselves if you weren't so lazy. Oh, the dogs were mad. They all decided to have a meeting. They went to their meeting place. And in those days, when dogs went into a structure, they would take their tails off and hang them on branches nearby. So they sat down in a circle to have their meeting. Meanwhile, back at camp, Wisakichak continued making dry meat. Raven sat down nearby on a tree and said, Wisakichak, brother, if you give me a piece of meat, I'll tell you what the dogs are up to. What do I care what the dogs are up to, said Wisakichak, annoyed with the raven. But you should care. It's about you, said the raven. Now Wisakichak was interested in what the raven had to say. Sister Raven, I can give you a nice piece of meat, of course, if you tell me what the dogs are doing, said Wisakichak. So Raven told him that the dogs were meeting in the big teepee and his name was mentioned several times. I better go check this out, said Wisakichak. He went and snuck up to the big teepee and listened. Sure enough, he heard his name mentioned. I'm going to teach these dogs a good lesson, he thought. He lit a stick on fire and shoved it under the teepee quietly under the flaps. Soon the dogs started coughing. They all stumbled over each other trying to rush out of the teepee. They grabbed their tails and put them back on, but in the smoke and panic, they grabbed the wrong tail. That's why today when dogs meet, the first thing they do is smell each other's behind. They go, sniff, sniff. Hello, do you have my tail?